early morning hours of July 21st, 2022, I was notified by my lieutenant at that time of a double shooting on North Fraser Street with one deceased and one in critical condition. At that time, I was tasked to prepare a search warrant for the house at 4012 North Fraser Street. And during that time, I was advised that the offender was residing at 258 Player Street in Georgetown. So at that time, I also prepared a search warrant for that residence, presented it to Judge Love, which he found probable cause.
And so when we're talking about just, so when we're talking about that, we're talking about two different search warrants in two different locations, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm referring to states to the crime scene at 4012. That's the crime scene where the murders occurred.
Yes, sir.
And Ronnie Todd's residence at 258 Player.
Yes, sir.
Search warrants in two different places.
Yes, sir.
And while we're here, did you make efforts to recover surveillance systems from two different locations?
Yes, sir.
From 412 as well as 258?
Yes, sir.
Was the surveillance system at 4012 working?
We did not know at that time. After getting into the system, it was not operational.
No video from the crime scene?
Correct.
Were you able to get video from 258 Player from Ronnie Todd's residence?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to clarify that point. Once you got those search warrants, what did you do?
I brought Lieutenant Thacker the search warrant for 4012 North Fraser Street. I assisted them with finishing up a crime scene. During that time, we located one more bullet casing behind an appliance in the kitchen, which was photographed intact.
Yep. And that was specifically, you remember the mark number 10?
I'm not 100%.
Let me show you what's been marked. Already introduced in evidence of states 18. You recognize that? That's already in evidence.
Yes, sir. That is it.
That's the mark 10. When you move the dryer behind there.
Yes.
Please continue, I'm sorry.
Left that residence, went to 258 Player Street where we executed that search warrant. I was inside the defendant's residence searching all inside. And then we moved to the detached garage, which is behind the residence, and searched that as well.
When you went into the garage, did you find anything of evidence or value when you executed the search warrant and the detached garage at Ronnie Todd's house?
The residence, we attempted to check clothing to see if there was any blood stains or anything of evidentiary value. In the detached garage,
Did you find anything of evidence or value through your looks at clothing and things like that?
on one shirt that had some sort of stain that possibly could have been blood, so we did seize that.
Did it turn out that be anything of evidence or value?
No, nothing.
Okay. So nothing of evidence or value, particularly in the house?
Correct.
How about in the garage?
The detached garage, there was a large gun safe. We entered into that gun safe. At the time, it was with a key padlock. After numerous attempts to get in, we used the defendant's last four of her social security number, and it did open the gun safe.
Okay. Let's focus specifically. Do you recall whether or not any ammunition was recovered from that gun safe?
Yes, sir.
And just to talk about this a lot. So states 51, it's already in evidence. Take a look at this. Those items. You go on with that. Take a look. What are those you're looking at?
Those are Underwood 9mm bullets.
Okay. Those were recovered from that large safe.
Large gun safe in his detached garage, yes.
Just for clarification purposes, I think we got a couple photographs, or one photograph specifically. I'm looking at states 40. This is an evidence, Your Honor. That's our number 1. That's our evidence. Is that the garage we're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Okay. For the defendant's sway down the pickup truck beside it, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure that's the same as coming up on the screen so the jury can see what we're talking about here. That would be under, sorry, that would be under T1.
That is it.
That's the picture, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so inside that, can you, I'm looking at states 46, that is 6, T6. And somehow, can you use your words and communicate to the jury where the large gray safe was in that photograph?
If you look straight onto the corner a little bit to the right, there is a gun safe in his detached garage for defendants.
Is it this area right here?
Yes, sir. Right to the left of the window.
Okay, upon executing the search warrant on that garage, did you try to do any search warrants concerning any electronic data such as cell phone records, Facebook records, anything like that?
All of those, sir.
Okay, let's go through it in detail. Did you make an effort to determine Ronnie Todd's cell phone provider, cell phone number, and as a result of that, to try to get call detail records from Mr. Todd?
Correct, with his phone number, which is 843-5. I know the last 4 is 7668. It's a Verizon cell phone provider, so we had to get a search warrant for that specific phone number.
Did you receive results for your search warrant request from Verizon?
Yes, we did.
I'm going to show what it's supposed to be marked as States 57.
I have no objection, John. And it's without objection.
So Your Honor, I'm specifically referring to States 57. That's a chain of custody form proving veracity of the record from Verizon, as well as a thumb drive. That's States 58. It contains all the digital data from the call detail records. We're putting the call detail records in the courts exhibit. I don't want to introduce, I'm going to put 58 as courts exhibit. It supports that somebody can make sure that it's recognized this. It's in evidence, but right now it's 57.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
That is the Verizon device from the defendant with his phone number, 843-543-7668.
And also has a IMEI number, it's connected device number, the cell phone connected to that.
Yes, sir.
That's the current subscriber. All right, 57 and 58, courts exhibit. Let's talk about search warrants relating to, did you come to be aware of the fact that the defendant had a Facebook account?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do to affect legal process in order to get access to that Facebook account for purposes of court?
I prepared a search warrant for the Facebook of the defendant. Got signed by a circuit court judge and then was sent to the Facebook portal.
Did they respond to you and receive records probative of this case per your request?
Yes, sir. All information was sent.
Thank you. We should mark the States 59.
Objection, Your Honor.
All right, this time you authenticate for a second. Let me first show you State 60. Can you see the time of that initial chats and who wrote them and who they were, the chat was between?
This is from October 11th, 2022.
Is that the time the request was made versus the chat?
Oh, I apologize.
That's when the record request was made, is that right?
This is from July 14th, 2022. It's a conversation of messages between the defendant and a Seth Radcliffe.
60 in evidence. Let me show you State's Exhibit 61. See if you recognize that. I believe that's already in evidence. This is the author of those text messages.
The author is the defendant, Ron Todd.
The recipient is that J.B. Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Can you please read that first message?
July 10th, 2022, from Ron Todd. If someone messing with someone that I love, it's not going to be good. And then again on July 10th, 2022, from Ron Todd, clear the whole house.
State 61 in evidence. Let's shift gears a little bit. Did you also execute search warrants for any cell phone devices, anything like that that were later subsequently analyzed by Ben Wells from the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department? Yes. Let's talk about video, shall we? So you mentioned you got a search warrant for not the crime scene surveillance system, but the defendant's surveillance system, 258, is that right?
Yes, sir. It was a Cobra surveillance system.
And on that system, were you able to extract relevant information in the time frame that we're talking about here today?
Yes, sir. There was 4 cameras that were operational on his property.
Okay, and they had multiple camera angles?
Yes, sir.
And how voluminous was the data that you recovered when you got the hard drive on that surveillance system?
Hours and hours of footage.
Okay. We can watch it all, but it takes a while to watch it all, is that safe to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me show you what's been marked as State 62. Actually, Your Honor, I want to do this as court's exhibit. What is this that we're looking at?
This is all the videos around the time frame, hours and hours of footage from the defendant's camera system.
I'm going to mark this as court's exhibit. We move this as court's exhibit as the foundation for some excerpts. So I marked it as State 62. Put it in evidence, won't have the court have it. Hours of that. From that court's exhibit, were you able to narrow the time frame to relevant portions to about 8 minutes that is relevant for the decision the jury has to make today?
I was.
This week. Let me show you what's been marked as State 63. Do you recognize this?
I do.
What is that?
This is a redacted version of the videos from defendant's camera surveillance system.
And when you say redacted, does that mean you changed the content of any of the video?
No.
What do you mean redacted?
Just shortened it so it's not as long.
Cut time out to keep
Yes, sir.
but didn't edit the content, didn't edit anything, add anything, is that right? I just want to make that
Correct.
clear.
We did not edit anything.
How do you recognize that? That's the drive?
Yes, sir.
How do you recognize that?
Initially.
Yeah, you reviewed the prayer report.
Yes, sir.
We move to State 63 into evidence.
And no objection. Send that.
And then while we're up here doing all this, are there specific moments in time that are of special interest to the court and to the jury?
Yes, sir.
And what can you describe specifically before we see it? What part of the video required, in your opinion, or your testimony of special interest on this video, the excerpt? You recall what that is, unless we play it? Let me ask you this. What is the gist of, do you see Mr. Todd going into a garage?
In his detached garage, getting a AR-style rifle out of his gun safe, manipulating it and then bringing it to his vehicle along with another handgun.
Okay, and that's an excerpt on that hard drive?
Yes, sir.
I'm specifically referring to states 64 through 64 notes.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Send that.
Let's just try to keep the foundations. So, and all of that video is sometimes at a distance is difficult to see,
Yes, sir.
okay? And as a result of that, we're able to take screenshots or screen captures from relevant portions of the video to aid the jury in seeing the moving video.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you a series of photographs. Or screenshots, I apologize. Your Honor, show the defense counsel. Have you take a look at these really quickly? See if there's a fair and accurate representation or screenshots that you took from the video that's already in evidence, and those are accurate clips from that 8-minute video.
Yes, sir, they are.
Fair and accurate from the video.
Yes, sir.
This time, Your Honor, we've moved states 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Sure, one last day, and 76 in evidence.
No objections. They're in evidence.